Hi, welcome to Encouragement for Today. I'm Pastor Emily. Yesterday, I was traveling back from our National Associations meeting, and it was fun to talk to people throughout the different airports and flights. Normally, I stay to myself, but I don't know, yesterday turned out to be a pretty social day. And the man sitting next to me on one of my flights asked me an interesting question that I'd like to pose to all of us. He said, this might sound strange, but do you have a way that you process things? Like, do you have a set method for processing things in life? I guess he had a coworker that had said a couple of times or in different situations that she needed to process things for a bit before she got back about a question or whatever had come up. And he thought, that phrase usually means somebody's going to sit on it. And he said, I didn't consider that she would actually have a process that she goes through every time she makes a major decision. And I guess she has a list of questions that she'll go through and a whole process that she will be explaining to her coworker in the future. But he said, do you have a process? Do other people in the world have like a process that they actually go through? And I just have been ignorant to this. And it made me think. I didn't have a quick answer. I don't have a set list that I go through when I make decisions. Sorry about my dog. But I am analytical, and there are a series of questions I tend to ask myself, even if they change based on the situation. And for me, it's intimately tied to discerning the presence of the Holy Spirit in my life. And I thought of verses like Romans 12, verse 2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. So for me, I might ask myself when I'm making a major decision in life, I might notice how I'm feeling. I tend to feel anxiety in my chest, or I tend to feel a sense of comfort and good conviction from more of my gut, and I'll just notice what I'm feeling. And anxiety doesn't mean that's not something you should do, but it's just interesting to notice, like, what's going on in me. And for instance, early on in dating, I felt very anxious in dating my husband, Ricky. But that anxiety didn't mean I shouldn't be dating him in this particular instance. But it led me to a discernment process with God where, I'm so sorry, my dog friend here wants to join. For me, noticing that I was anxious, it led to looking at, okay, well, why? Why am I anxious? And my spiritual director, she said, well, if you turn this into a visualization exercise, imagine yourself sitting at a table that Jesus has set for you. Because like in Psalm 23, Jesus is the good shepherd that sets a table for us, even in the presence of our enemies. And even in that space, our cup overflows in the presence of God. So she said, if you visualize this and you're sitting at a table, who else is at that table with you? And I pictured these other people in my life that over time had spoken into my life about who I should date, who I should marry. And I pictured these people and these words that had gotten stuck inside of me. And then my spiritual director asked, well, are these voices, are they coming from a place of life and love and health? And I thought about these sticky moments that had gotten caught inside of my heart and my mind and what they had said, the way that they said it, the place in life they were coming from. And I realized, whoa, no, these were not healthy comments. These were toxic, and they came from places of judgment and places of shame. And I realized I don't want my life to be guided by these messages. And it led me to getting to the heart of, where is God in all of this? Where is the Holy Spirit? And it kept me dating and getting to know Ricky. And I'm so glad that I went through that discernment process to look for God in my life, because I thank God for the person behind this camera and for the love that we share. So I guess I invite all of us today to consider, do we have a process for making decisions or looking at what's going on inside of us and sifting through the mud and the beauty to find God? Do you have a process? We'll talk to you again soon.